Alright, welcome back to another Sparking Zero video on the Bradmash channel, and today we're going to be covering this recent, I guess article you want to say? This recent post that Bandai Namco released, captioned, "Know Your Fighters." If the mic sounds weird, I do apologise, I'm tinkering around with audio settings, but anyway. Alright. Let's just jump in. So, Know Your Fighters. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero's starting roster is a whopping 181 playable characters, and obviously the roster we can look at. We'll do that for another video. In this article, we'll go into details about characters' fighting styles and unique appearances you can find in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. On top of that, we'll have a look at special maneuvers that involve the game's roster, such as QTE sequences, switches, transformations, and fusions. So here we have a chapter, so we're going to look at the types of characters, unique look, and the special maneuvers. So as you can see here, we have types of characters. You can enjoy playstyles in Sparking Zero depending on the strength and fighting habits of the character in the original series. Their style is affected by stats, size, and character forms. Let's have a look at the different categories of characters you can play in the game. Alright, here's our first one, Strength. These characters base most of their gameplay around their heavy strike and powerful blast. Although they might be slower, their raw power will compensate as they will deal high damage to their opponent. So that explains why Janemba's ultimate attack dealt less damage than Yajirobe's, because it looks to be that Yajirobe is a strength character and Janemba is a different type of character. As I was saying. Although they might be slow, yeah, I've read this. Some of these characters are so strength oriented that some may not even stagger from Ki Blast and Smash attacks. I'm hoping there's a way to, get through that. I know this game is incredibly unbalanced, but I'm hoping there's at least something you can do against that. Based on these statistics, these characters can have two types of specialization, melee and blast. The first one will enhance the damage dealt with rush combos and close combat, while the second implies that the character can rely on blast attack and Ki Blast to inflict damage. And it's a screenshot of Jiren. So Jiren is probably one of these strength characters, to no one's surprise. Alright, now we have speed. Obviously this is going to be coming, but because we have like Eren Dispo and that. On the opposite end, some characters base their attack strategy on their swiftness, which they use for long-lasting assaults which are hard to interrupt. Even if some of their strikes are lighter, your opponent will have trouble trying to catch you as you move quickly all over the map and deliver combos with stunning speed. So this applies to characters that have like really fast basic attacks. I'm assuming this means stuff like Gohan, obviously Berta, Kid Buu I think fits into that category. I'm assuming Berta will as well. Escaping from rush combos of characters that rely on speed will be tougher for the opponent. Yeah, okay, so it's basically characters that you've seen hit really, really fast, so like Third Form Frieza. Yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly. Like Third Form Frieza, Berta, Dispo, Super Saiyan 2, Gohan. I can't think of anyone else who has really fast basic attacks outside of that, but yeah. If you see really fast basic attacks, they're probably a speed type. And here's Ki Blast type, which we saw with Vegeta before. These are some characters who are master of Ki Blast, excelling in a fighting style which they can maintain control while keeping the opponent at distance. They have the ability to fire multiple consecutive energy blasts while consuming minimal energy. Yeah, so people's noticed that you could fire out more Ki Blasts than usual when it came to like Vegeta characters. And people were speculating like this kind of stuff earlier, like is there different types of characters and different classes and stuff, and as of right now, yeah, we have confirmation that that is the case. And they even mention it here. Vegeta is a good example who is known for his powerful and rapid Ki Blast attacks. Other characters include Goku, who could unleash the iconic Kamehameha, and Frieza, who possesses the precise Death Beam. So this is a little bit ambiguous. I'm guessing this means that Ki Blast based attacks and Ki Blast in general are stronger with this type of character, but I don't know, it's a little bit vague. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how each character performs. And then Giant. Giant is his own class. Given their impressive size, these characters are much slower than others, but they strike more powerful blows that will stagger and send your opponents flying away. On top of that, they are numb to throw and some blast attacks. So some. So not all blast attacks are like, nullified and stuff. You can take advantage of their overwhelming presence on the map to hit your opponent with a wider hit range. So basically they're saying that the hitbox is bigger, so it's going to be a lot easier to hit attacks than normally. Their impressive size and power come at the expense of sometimes having trouble hitting smaller opponents, which may evade their assault more easily. So yeah, if you have a speed character, you're pretty much counter-picking giant characters, because they will have a really hard time hitting you and stuff. And also, as you can see here, they nullify most rush attacks. I don't know if Super Saiyan 3 Goku will have this issue. Hopefully not, but we'll just have to wait and see. And androids, this is another separate class. Androids are artificial humans that do not necessarily possess ki. In fact, they cannot charge their ki unless their energy reaches the maximum level. So yeah, this returns from previous games. Their ki gauge will charge automatically over time or through melee attacks, and it will stop charging once it reaches its maximum. To incorporate this into your strategy, continue to strike with rush combos, giving your opponent no chance to charge ki. Some androids even have the ability to absorb ki blasts and certain blast attacks during super perception, which will charge their ki gauge much faster. So I'm guessing when you pop super perception, you can get into like a ki absorbing stance from afar, and when they're close range, it becomes a counter. I'll have to wait and see. The characters that automatically charge to the maximum are 13, 16, 17, 18. On the other hand, 19 and Jiro can charge more ki by landing melee attacks, and furthermore, they can absorb the ki blast, opponent's ki blast, and some type ki blast wave. There's so much manga. Some types of ki wave blasts. So yeah, as you can see here, we got that in action. The ki is a quite decent jump. Nothing substantial, but definitely appreciated. Alright, so that's all the classes. So we have Android, Giant, Ki Blast, Speed, and Strength. Okay, so pretty basic lineup, but it's nothing too different from what we've seen in previous games. Let's go ahead and take a look at this chapter. Unique look. Try the characters' unique looks and distinctions. This game faithfully reproduces some features of the series, whether it's accessory, ability, or cosmetics that may or not affect the character's gameplay. Sword. You can enjoy multiple ways and fighting styles in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, as sword fighting is one of them. Iconic swordsmen from the series will use their sword in a lot of combos, rush attacks and blast attacks to faithfully recreate their famous moves. There are also characters who use the sword to launch energy blasts that pierce through guards with a smash energy blast. So you have basically a ranged guard break. I'm assuming that qualifies to like Goku Black, like Rose Goku Black and Janemba. Those are the ones I can think off the top of my head. Super Aura. Some characters, such as the strongest form in Dragon Ball Super in Sparking Zero, have their aura being always on. Dogs. Their power is overflowing, which results in stunning visual expression of their ki. Okay, so this is just talking about how the stronger the form, the more constant the aura. Nothing too different there. The Scout is an iconic Dragon Ball series, mostly Frieza Force, which will a boost of search radius. Okay, so the Scout actually does do something. Oh, depending on the quality of the Scout are equipped. Huh. So Scout actually does something now. It's not just a cosmetic, like, neat little detail. With this precious accessory, the players will be able to avoid losing track of their opponent for too long. Note that damage taken during the battle could result in... Okay, that's the same. When the Scout is destroyed, it becomes difficult to locate the opponent if they are lost from sight. So it's like a double-edged sword. It's like, when you have high amounts of health, and your character has a Scouter, losing sight's not going to be much of an issue, but if you take too much damage and the Scouter breaks, when you lose sight of the opponent, it's going to take a lot longer to find them. I like that, actually. That's a really cool way to implement it. Ground characters. Like in the Dragon Ball series, some characters cannot fly. Once they jump, they will slowly fall back to the ground, as they cannot remain in the air for a long time, compared to flyer characters. On the other hand, they're the only ones that are able to run on the ground, so take advantage of their skills and try to get the fight to take place on the ground. Okay, so if the character cannot fly, they are more proficient on the ground. Like, they can, like, move around the arena easily. That's cool, at least. Also, some trivia for people who have not seen it yet. Apparently, this animation of Roshi running, this is a copy-paste from Jump Force. This is Naruto's run animation. And if you stop running you'll see the character go into Naruto's default stance and then go back to their normal one. So yeah, I just thought that'd be funny to mention. Alright, special maneuvers. You can perform special maneuvers that do not fall under combo or blast attack. Gameplay features are numerous in range, yada yada yada. Transformation. Okay, so select the desired transformation, press up to display a transformation panel. Buttons, perform it when using skin. Okay, so this is the same. Wait, once transformed, the statistics of the character will improve, so there's a benefit to doing it. Okay. Fusion can only be used when two characters. Yeah, okay, so this is the same. No need to cover this. Switch. Possible to switch, yeah. This mechanic can lead to other gameplay features such as chase change. In team battles, switch while attacking to let your switched in character continue the assault. Use this tactic to smoothly switch out team members while keeping up your attacks. Yeah, so there's been a bit of gameplay revolving around this, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it mid-combo. So I'm looking forward to see what they've cook here. Sparking mode, you must charge your key to its maximum, so this is just high tension. Spend 1 skill count, that's the same. Key blast without key, that's the same. Violent rush, that's the same. Hyper smash, which will inevitably break the guards of your opponent, or super movement, as it consumes some of your sparking gauge and allows you to vanish and move instantly. Okay. You can perform the emote displayed on the emote panel by pressing the right and assign to a character prior to the fight. Perform the emote with your favourite characters to take cool stances. This is just cosmetic. Okay, here's something that we all wanted to see. The clashes, how this works. So, once certain moves are performed at the same time by both players, a dynamic QTE sequence will start in which the winner can take an advantage in the battle by dealing additional damage and sending his opponent away. QTEs will make your fights even more unique and unpredictable, and they will create a shift in the way the battle flows. Make sure to include... Okay. Speed impact. As a speed impact sees the two opponents clash and trade a series of blows. Perform a speed impact by clashing your opponent using a dragon dash. Okay, so this is just a dash clash, as I like to call it. The impact is divided into two parts. First, during the single strike, both sides must match their inputs with what is being shown on the screen. Once the winner on the single attack is decided, the action proceeds to rapid strikes. Okay, but that's... What happens if you don't hit the button then? Like, what happens if you don't hit the single strike? Do you just not get into the clash? Huh. Okay. During rapid strike, the final damage inflicted is decided by the number of inputs performed by each player. Okay, so this is the same. This is the same as usual dash clash. Here's power impact. This is a grab clash, I think this is. Yeah. Power impact happens when two characters perform a throw at the same time. Yeah. So this is a grab clash. This impact action is centered around comparing strength by holding corresponding buttons. During the clash, a gauge will be displayed. You must adjust your inputs in order to not exceed the needle. The winner is determined by whose gauge is closer to the needle when the power impact ends. So it's sort of like Dragon Ball Legends' clash system. It's a little bit confusing, honestly. So it means like the closer you are to the needle, it decides who wins it. I guess that's what's happening. That's an interesting way to put it. I'm guessing if you both tie, or you both get too close to the needle together, it keeps going, and then it keeps going up and up and up. Maybe. I'm guessing, but if you go over the needle, you just lose automatically. I'm guessing. Okay. Let's see. Crash impact. Crash impact is triggered when both characters use a step at the same time. Okay. Two sides will be randomly assigned the roles of attacker and defender. The inputs shown for the attacker and defender are different, so the players must follow the directions on screen. If the attacker wins the exchange, the defender will take damage. If the defender wins, they will protect themselves. A maximum of 3 exchanges will take place. The first player to win 2 exchanges will knock the player back. Okay. So this is if you both sidestep towards each other at the same time. A clash triggers. You just have to press the button. Whoever presses it more or faster, I guess, will either do damage or they'll block. Yeah. Blast Impact. So this is a beam clash. I don't think I really need to say much here. I'm more curious on how, you know, the actual clash system works. Look how pretty that looks. A gauge will appear on the right side of the screen. Pressing will convert the gauge into energy for your blast, affecting whose blast comes out on top. In addition to single button presses, you can increase your power through rapidly tapping the button as well. So I'm guessing you can either press the button when the gauge is full, or you can just spam the button. I think that's what I'm getting from this. Pressing will convert the affecting whose blast comes out. In addition to single button presses, you can increase your power through rapidly tapping the button as well. Yeah, so it's either you press the button when the gauge is high, or you spam the absolute piss out of the button. So no, it's not too different. And that's it for the article. The Dragon Ball Sparking Zero will launch on October 11th. And will launch on the 8th of October, midnight, CST. Pre-orders will also get the playable character Goku Mini from Dragon Ball Daima. So that's pretty much it for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero news. Let me know what you guys think, and make sure to subscribe as well. If we hit 15k by the end of the year, I will be giving away free copies of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero to 3 lucky fans. And yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.